my gosh. You guys hear that? That's the chord right there. That's it. Minor 7 flat 5. Everybody loves it. What's going on, everybody? Yeah, that's an original one that I'm working on. So hopefully at some point I will actually get that recorded and whatever. But I think I got to do it down a key. I don't know, down a step. But yeah, I wanted to start off by talking about the value of the minor 7 flat 5. What's going on, everybody? Dan, some of you, if anybody's on the Discord, I've got to get on the Discord. I just got back into town, and we did like a contest recently, and I've got to get all the prizes out. So I'm doing it, I promise. But it just might take a day. So bear with me while we do all that. But in the meantime, I love that. Minor 7 flat 5 to major 7. Yep, it's A. Yeah, Mark knows what's up. So yeah, this is a song I wrote. It's called Pictures. It's definitely like an old one, but it's kind of got maybe a vintage sound to it. And I think the whole thing really kind of hinges on that minor 7 flat 5. So I will be happy to answer some questions about stuff. Cam, what's going on, my man? Hope you had a good time at ICAST or whatever. But I want to talk about the minor 7 flat 5. All right, usually it is a chord that is found on the 7th degree of any key. So in the key of A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp. It should be a G sharp minor 7 flat 5, which should be right here. See this voicing right here? Grab the middle finger. It's always, the 7th is always one back from the root note. So 4E, 4D, 4G, 3B. That's the minor 7 flat 5 madness that happens in pretty much any key. But that's not how I like to minor 7 flat live. That's not how I get down. I kind of treat it as a 4.5 chord. All right. So somebody just asked what you would resolve to. Okay, so it's like, yeah, you know. Is that resolution? Does that count? Sure, of course it is. It's all kind of depending on contextually what you want to do with it. But for me, I think of it as 4.5. What that means is the 4th and 5th notes in the key of A. Again, A, B, C sharp, D, E. There's the 4 and the 5. So that would be D major to E7, right? In between. That guy. That's my guy right there. D sharp, E flat. I think this is really a perfect opportunity to use that almost as a transitional note, okay? So one reason that I like to use it here instead of traditionally on the 7th degree is because I have a tendency to play everything as a major 7 chord, and the tastiest spot traditionally is as the 4 chord in any key. Okay, so in the key of A, remember, A, B, C sharp, D. D major 7 is my go-to spot in the key of A. In fact, I could write a whole song or a whole chord progression in the key of A, but have it centered around a D major 7, right? Thus giving us the Lydian mode. Okay, this is what a Lydian kind of feel sounds like, as I'll demonstrate here in a second. So if anybody has mode, everybody's confused about the modes. Even I confuse myself about the modes sometimes. I just think, let's do something in the key of A. Let's not play any A's, but let's focus everything around this D major 7, the 4 chord, right? So I've got the 4 chord to the 6 chord to the 5 chord back to 4. So because I have that 5 chord as a dominant 7 or a dominant 9, we definitely are using the notes from the key of A. But I don't see any A majors in here, do you? No, absolutely not. The And if you want to kind of add a little spice, grab the 3 chord, C sharp minor, back home. I'm thinking of home as the D chord, right? The 6 chord, the 5 chord, 3, 4. Then maybe if I want to do something cool, that minor 7 flat 5 just hits you so hard when you're thinking of it this way. So again, it's like, you know, this note, D sharp, B flat, not even in this key, but I'm taking a D major 7, which has kind of been like my home chord this whole time, and just raising the root note. And we're kind of taking what's familiar, but also adding just like a little bit of like, a little bit of extra dissonance. So again, 4, 6, 5, back to 4. Then you end on A, right? And that's that kind of like basic resolution, which isn't a bad thing. I say the word basic, I don't mean it like in a bad way. It's just kind of like a traditional D to A, right? Tried and true, always works, even though we've kind of just been chilling. I've got no problem ending on D major 7. But if you want to kind of relieve that tension, A is your spot, all right? So I hope that made sense. That's my favorite kind of way to use a minor 7 flat 5 chord. Now, not all the time, I really think of them as transitional. Lucas, I forgot that you were even a moderator, Lucas. Good to see you, man. Welcome back. Welcome back to the party. That perfect hair, Alex thinks, is the hair looking good today? I don't really know if the hair, I don't even know what a good hair day is anymore. It kind of does its thing. It feels kind of floofed right now. Was rolling heavy outdoors in the Jeep, so it's poofed. It's kind of maximum poof. If that means good hair, great. Just go drive 75 in an open air car, and you too can have this hair. What are your thoughts on a 4-5-6 cadence? Oh, well, allow me, Lucas. 4-5-6. So, you know. Don't like it. Don't like it. There's something too happy about it, right? When you're ascending, right? 4, 5, 6. We're going up higher and higher, helping each other out. We're all friends. We're all just, you know, people trying to do the best. I don't like it. No, not for me. I'm more of a downward spiral kind of guy. That's why even if I start on the 4, we're really going 6, 5, 4. That's my style. Descending. Always eternally descending. So I hope that made sense. Maximum poof is what Cam likes. We're about maximum poof on this channel here, so thank you. Hello from Dallas. Dallas, Texas. Right on, Martin. I think I might be in Texas in September. I think I might make an Austin trip happen. How about mixing in 2 minor just before resolve? Okay, all right. All right, I see you, Joe. So we're gonna do a little 2 minor action. So again, in the key of A, we'd have a B minor. Here, I'll show you how I like. Here's a trick. All right, so what he's talking about is like we have that 4 to 6, 5, the 4.5. Go, okay? So 2 minor 11. I love that. I prefer that to a 5-1. In fact, I did a video last week about minor 11 chords and how minor 11 on the 2 kind of takes the spot of E to A. right? That's something you've probably seen a lot of songs do. E, 5, 5, 2, 0, 1, right? But a 2, I think sounds a little better. It's a little more interesting, especially in minor 11 on the 2. Watch that minor 11 video if you haven't seen the You're Playing Minor Chords All Wrong video yet. Because again, when I have the minor 11 here, there's that E note on top, which is kind of representative of that E7, and that is the E that we need to take it home to A. Taking it all home to A. What's a good synth guitar? Any recommendations? The only one that I know of that's really good is the Godin Multiac that Andreas Colleen plays. Andreas is coming over tomorrow, so if you have any ideas for videos, let us know, because he's a great guy. Great dude, Andreas. So that has been the only synth guitar that I have been impressed with. There's other ones like the Jammy. They sent me one of those Jammies, and it just I couldn't even do a video on it just because it's just not it. So yeah, as Dan said, not down for too much happiness. So synth guitars do not equate happiness. I would say, if anything, play a little keyboard, because synth keyboard stuff is so much better. So just get a little keyboard. If you can play guitar, you can play keyboard. I think those two instruments really complement each other. So that ascending progression sounded great, says the Jolly Moose. Yeah, it's great. I'm being a little salty. You know, some of my progressions ascend, but most of them do descend, right? Can't help but hear the Doobie Brothers when you play the 6. Yeah. What about flat 4, major 7, minor 7, flat 5? Bro, what am I reading here? Flat 4, major. Lucas, I can't read this. There's too many letters and numbers. 6, minor 7, flat 5, 3 as a progression. Flat 4, major. All right, which would be 3 major. Oh, flat 5 major. Taylor, yeah, okay. Is the high vibe a gimmick or is it legit? So the high vibe is that guitar that I was using last week, 2 weeks ago. It's in its case. I just kind of cleaned the studio because I wanted to do the acoustic shootout. So that's why I've got like the Taylor and the Court and the Martin and stuff out. High vibe is great. Definitely not a gimmick. It's got a looper pedal built into it. Really cool. If you're looking for something that you just want to have to maybe like travel with that has a built-in looper, the high vibe thing is awesome. You know what I mean? So yeah. Flat 6 major, diminished 7, 3, 1. Flat 6 major. All right. So flat 6 major. I don't like that. What is that? Is that Ween or something? No, not a fan. We both tried. We tried together, Lucas. Can you recommend a D'Angelico Premier Lexington LS guitar? So you had a video about it. The Lexington, they're great. They're really good. I prefer the Tammany. Out of the ones I've played for my style, I guess. All that D'Angelico stuff is awesome, and it's definitely worth the money. But my favorite is the Tammany. The Lexington is the bigger one. It's more of a dreadnought. Tammany is like more kind of grand auditorium size, which is, I guess, kind of my vibe in general. So yes, I do recommend it, but if I had to pick one, it would be the Tammany, just because I think that thing is really, really good. Ashley says that she loves the song In Sickness and in Health, which is so funny because I was just going to play that one as another example of a minor 7 flat 5 chord in a descending chord progression. See if you can spot it. Where is it? Is it this one? We all raise a glass in a toast to a friend stricken by illness and nearing the end. A finite horizon, the sun sets to blend into night, into night. Safety in numbers no longer applies. The enemy does the damage from inside of the host. Doesn't matter how fast one can ride into night, into night. Minor 11, major, dominant 7, A minor 7, flat 5, major 7, rare as a comet that burns through the sky, strong constitution that fights to survive in a land where the medicine's in short supply these days, these days. A desperate resort from an old friend tempting the fate. Too late, a formality to look into, but by the grace of a new dawn breaking with haste from the starlight, we might revive a rider spent, postpone him heaven sent in hindsight. We are unprepared yet stand to make amends. We all raise a glass and a toast to a friend, yet some are among us unwilling to bend to the preordained writing selected to end in the night, in the night. It's a song called In Sickness and in Health. Oh my gosh, thank you for the donation. Ah, oh, thank you so much. That was great. So that's an Emeryld Ryders song. I'm thinking about making should I make a music video for that? It's like it's been up for a while, but nobody really listens to the Ryders stuff. So I just kind of stopped making music videos because it seemed to just kind of tank the channel. But I feel like I should probably make a music video for that just to have it up. Ah, your face brings me great joy. Thank you, Love and Rage 86. Your comment brings my face great joy. So thank you very much. What is the chord that has the root A string 5th fret, D string 6th fret, and B string 7th fret? So A string 5, D string 6, B string 7. This? I don't know, I guess I kind of see that as just a D diminished. But it's got a 5th in there. Yeah. I don't know, D diminished. You know, I guess that's how I would kind of look at it. My favorite sad chord. Great. Okay, I'll tell you what my favorite sad chord is. It is a minor 7 flat 5, but it's this particular voicing of it that looks like this. Hits me so hard. In fact, that song that I started with, in the intro, it has that version. So it's like. So when you have that C sharp on top, oh, it makes you go to D. I love that. I love that. It's so good. It's tricky. Like that's not an easy chord to play. How do I even play that? Right here. You kind of have to bar the 6th fret and then get the 7th fret on the D string. I just had like a mind melt. And then the 7th fret. So you gotta play that minor 7 flat 5, but you gotta do it with 2 fingers to bar and then get that C sharp on top. So in context, Not easy, but so worth it. So absolutely worth it. Love it. 50 crowns. Does playing at altitude affect anything in a meaningful way? I don't know. Maybe next time I'm in Denver, I could try that. Sounds like Rainbow Connection. Classic. Oh my gosh, another pros off. Thank you so much for your donation. That's so amazing. I appreciate all you guys. What is your preferred brand for studio cables for your monitors? The Hosa ones. The Hosa ones are awesome. They sent me Hosa Elite. Is that what they're called? I forget the actual brand. But Hosa ones are awesome. They don't overcharge you like how I felt the Megami cables kind of do. I used to work at Guitar Center, so I had a cool opportunity to get stuff at cost when I worked at Guitar Center. So I'd get the most expensive cables, right? Like Megami made the expensive ones, but I could get them at cost, which is like so cheap. And that's when I was like, man, the markup on these really is like insane. So ever since I stopped working there, I didn't buy it because it's like the markup is just so crazy. So Hosa, getting to know the people at Hosa a little bit more was really cool because they have the same quality cable, but it's just less. So their margin isn't as high, but I think they probably make up for it with just selling more. So Hosa, I'm a proud Hosa artist, and that is why. Do you have an ouchie on your second finger? Yeah, I slammed it in a door. So see if this fingernail stays on, but it'll probably look like this for the next year or so. Do you believe that certain minor keys are sadder than others? Some say B minor, some say D minor, or that some major keys are more euphoric than others. E flat is often mentioned. That's an interesting question. You know, like, the answer is supposed to be no, right? But I feel like definitely some songs do. Oh, Lucas! Oh, you felt left out. Are there any songs entirely made out of minor 7 flat 5 chords that were popular? I don't think so. I don't really believe so. Yeah, probably not. That would be like a Locrian song, I guess. You could probably find a way to do it. Maybe that's a challenge, Lucas. Maybe we should do it. Am I Irish? I guess so. As much as any like American, this is something that I learned was a very American thing for like Americans to like claim the heritage of somewhere European, Asian, when really it's like, okay, my great grandfather's family came from Ireland, so yes, but also no, right? Like, if I were to go to Ireland and be like, hey guys, I'm Irish, they'd be like, American swine, you're not. You're actually not. So I guess I'm Irish, but I don't want to upset the real Emerald Isle people because I love them so dearly. And yeah, I need to make a life in Ireland someday. So thank you. Todd McDaniel. That's a McDaniel, my man. There you go. That's like the more Irish version of me. Right? Yeah. All of us GIs are Irish. Yeah. I'm like super white boy American. Like I'm not even gonna try to trip. High and Dry or Fake Plastic Trees? Probably Fake Plastic Trees. Guitar Dog. If you don't know, those are Radiohead songs. Something about High and Dry annoys me. And this is as someone who's a huge Radiohead fan. Probably my favorite band in history. High and Dry, I never get excited about listening to. I don't know, there's something about like the refrain of High and Dry that is just kind of annoying to me. Again, not that it's not a great song. Don't Leave Me High and Dry, sure. But Fake Plastic Trees is definitely on like another level. I think we can agree on that, right? Even if it's one of the more played Radiohead ones, I just think it's beautiful. And it's like a sentiment that still stands true today, right? You rock, Sean. Sorry, I can't watch the whole thing. Sitting in the parking lot, about to go into work. Appreciate what you do, brother. Hey, thank you, Jaden. Have a good day at work. Appreciate you tuning in for a minute. Definitely definitely great to have you guys stop by. So yeah, I'm just hanging out. I gotta leave in like 20 minutes-ish. So any questions or requests, I'd be happy to answer them. My favorite Hail to the Thief song. Man, that's a good one. Probably what is it? Go to Sleep? Oh, it's so good. Something for the rag and bone man. I used to be able to sing this. Where does it go? Oh yeah, it's coming back. How good is Radiohead? Really want a monster taking over. Tipped around, quiet now. We don't want the loonies taking over. Tipped around, quiet now. How does it go? It's something like that. Again, sorry, screwed that up, but first time I've played that song in probably 8 years. But it's something like that. Yeah. But Glenn says, believe it or not, I get your humor. One of the few. Well done, Glenn. One of the actual few. Where did I get those great paintings behind me? Joanne's Fabrics. Believe it or not. Very, very nice. Ed O'Brien or The Edge? That's a good question because I'm gonna say The Edge. I feel like that's not the indie answer. Some people might not say that's the right answer. But I love EOB. I had an EOB Strat for a while. Ed O'Brien is kind of the unsung Radiohead member. But also, I feel like indie artists, connoisseurs like to hate on U2. I love U2. U2 is such a great band. So The Edge is such an icon. Well, I think The Edge, actually in like pompous guitar circles, The Edge is probably a little underrated. In the same way in pompous guitar circles, Ed O'Brien is probably a little overrated. Which is coming from someone who I think Ed O'Brien is just like properly rated because he's great. And his solo stuff is actually really good, right? Guitar Dog agrees? Yeah, I think so. Edge is awesome, man. U2 has just like so many great songs, you know? They're hit or miss with a lot of stuff, but for a band that's been around that long, I mean, you gotta tip your hat, right? Favorite Clash song? Rock the Casbah, for sure. Great track. That's a fire track. But I don't know how to play it. I have no idea how to play that. Knockout and Medicine for the People. I don't know what that means, Love and Rage. I'm sorry. I don't really know. Wow, this is Radiohead? Yeah, Johnny Greenwood is a savant genius. How about the numbers? You know, I've never looked into how to play the numbers. Can you show an arpeggio to minor pentatonic run? I would love to. Okay, so let's go to E minor pentatonic. So that's key G, right? So let's do A minor to B minor, which are the minor chords in the key of G, into the old 12, 15, 12, 14 run, right? So if we start, I always like doing this kind of this minor 7 thing. So here's A minor, right? There's the A, 5, E, minor 3rd, 3, 5 to 7 on the A string, and then the 5th fret on the D string. So there's our A minor. We do the same thing. into minor pentatonic. There's something about that little like move there. Does that make sense? Can you guys see that? How it's like there's A minor, there's B minor, and then you slide it to the 14th fret on the D string, and then you're in that minor pentatonic thing. I hope that made sense. I loved that folky Radiohead. Radiohead's so good, right? Sean sounds better than Radiohead. Yeah, sure I do. I have been known to play some Radiohead though, back in the day. Back in my solo shows, before I started taking these girls with me to every show. Should I start doing solo stuff again? Let me know, because it's like, I don't know. I have the opportunity to play a bunch of shows, but it's always been more fun traditionally to play it with somebody else. But it seems like people like it when I sing and play stuff. You know, I would rather listen to the girls, right? But I guess I could do a lot more solo stuff, and my sound is definitely way more alternative. I do not have the most traditional beautiful voice to say like a Kindred or something, but yeah. I should crash one of Davidas's street gigs. That's a great idea. All right. The people have spoken, and by the people I mean J. Michael and Olivier Dubé. Am I saying that the proper way? The people have spoken. There'll be more solo Sean. I mean, Max, I'll keep the girls for sure. All right, Lucas, I'll give you. Look at Mary. Mary says solo. All right. The girls are very cute, right? Arcos, what's up? Welcome to the party, man. Got another 10 minutes, Arcos, then I got to bounce. But yeah, I got the sauce. All right. Yes, Nelson. The women do add a lot of appeal. Oh my gosh, Guitar Dog, thank you. Solo shows be part of the gig mix, not all solo, some for sure. All right. Yeah, I think I will. I'll start doing more solo stuff. I might as well. Some Elliott Smith vibes. Oh, man. I should do I wanted to do a thing where I take like a 30-day singing course and then try to like up my Elliott Smith game. Like... Anybody know the song? Oh, Olivier, my man, yeah. She took the Oldsmobile out past Condor Avenue. Locked the car, slid past into rhythmic quietude. Lights burning voice, giant horse. I threw the screen door like a bastard back and forth. The chimes fell over each other, and I fell into my knees. Sound of the car driving off made me feel diseased. A sick shouting like you'll hear at the fairgrounds. Now I'm picking up put away anything of yours that's still around. And I don't know what to do with your clothes or your letters, but it'll make a whisper out of you. She took the Oldsmobile out past Condor Avenue. The fairgrounds lit a drunk man sits by the gate she's driving through. Got his hat tip bottle back in between his teeth. Looks like he's buried in the sand down at the beach. I can't think about you driving off to leave barely away. Let's take a little nap while the road's still straight. I wish that car had never been discovered. They took away the bottle and the hat that he was under. And that's the one thing that he could never do, and it'll make a whisper out of you. It's the first half of Condor Avenue. Such a great song. Man, love that song. I am surprised I could remember it as well as I just kind of did. Yeah. What else we got? People think the women, but it's holding me back. Mary, you think the ladies are holding me back? All right, gonna have to ditch them. Any other big guitar YouTubers in the Florida area aside from me and Davidas? Man, yeah, Andreas, like somebody said. I wouldn't say Andreas is a big YouTuber, but he has a really cool channel, so that's fun. I don't know, Stitches around. The biggest guitar YouTubers are Voice Avenue, if you want to call them guitar YouTubers. Olivier liked that rendition of Condor Avenue. Oh my gosh, Andrea and Lily are there. Ah, the squad. Speaking of the girls, there they are. What's going on, everybody? What's a good pedal effect to add to my Fishman Loudbox Mini? Playing 1983 Takamine EF381. Good question. Man, you know what sounds... I mean, reverb is always like the #1 thing. So the Fishman Loudbox has reverb, but I love the sound of particular reverb pedals, like the Walrus Audio Slow. I was actually just working on a looper pedal demo video, which I believe is coming out tomorrow. And I put anything through that Walrus Audio Slow, and it just sounds like really, really, really good. Oh, people like Condor Avenue. Cool. That's awesome. That means a lot, because that was a song that I probably learned the most from, because if you look at the tabs for Condor Avenue on sweetadeline.net, it's tricky, you know. And even if you listen to his style, usually I'll play that with the capo on 3. That's kind of low for me, but I did my best. Condor Avenue is such a beast because it starts out with this even just octaves like that to kind of have a vibe, and to pick it cleanly like that was so difficult for me. And then that's such a cool line. It's an E major to D over F sharp, and then this. That's such a cool move. So it's an F sharp and it's major 3rd, 2 E, and then 3 G, and then to G major, and then a C major 7 thing, which is totally right up my alley, and then it's such a blues grassy lick that happens so fast. If you it's D. But in context, it's so that was so hard to learn, and especially to play. She took the Oldsmobile out past Condor Avenue. Car was sitting at the ground. Da 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 da. It's so the syncopation that you need to do that was the ultimate training ground for me as a songwriter that could play some stuff and kind of sing. So yeah, that's an awesome song. Maybe I should teach that on the Patreon or something, just because it's one of those things that I wouldn't teach on YouTube because it's not the right way. And if you teach Elliott Smith on YouTube, it better be right. Better be right. Better not make a mistake, or else Elliott Smith haters come at you. Elliott didn't play that. Elliott didn't play a D major in between the bars. No, he didn't. Nope. And it's all right, fine. Sorry. If you know how to play the song, why are you watching a tutorial on how to play it? You know what I mean? It's something about, there's a lot of gatekeeping in that community, which is funny. It's clearly I don't want to flex, but I'm clearly the biggest YouTuber promoting Elliott Smith's music, right? Clearly. Nobody else even talks about him, even though he's the greatest acoustic guitar player in the history of music. So you're gonna drag me about playing whatever. Salty Elliott Smith hater people, whatever. Oh, Todd, thank you for saying the live streams are great. Have you ever tried percussive fingerstyle? Not really. I don't know. Just don't play Last Call. Too heavy. Oh, Last Call. Sick of it all. Resonates. Yeah, the YouTube gatekeeping. We know all about it. So salty. Just looking for a reason to hate, bro. You're the best teacher around. Aw, bro. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Trying it. Cough, cough, Rick Beato. Oh, man. Good old Rick. Has he ever done like a Elliott Smith episode? Like a What Makes This Song Great? Because he should, if he hasn't. I guess Rick follows me on Instagram, so that means I can message him. Maybe I have his phone number, actually. I'm gonna tell Rick to do an Elliott Smith What Makes This Song Great. And I'm gonna say you can't pick between the bars and you can't pick Miss Misery. And he's never gonna do it. So, because I have no clout. But that's what I'm gonna do. Because I'm a man of my word. Hello from Turkey. What is going on? EXO? I did a riff deconstruction on EXO, right? I think I did. How fun is that to play? I say Sweet Adeline is what it is, but EXO is, you know, the album, right? It's funny, like, I think of, when I hear EXO, I think of Sweet Adeline because it's like the opener. So apparently I think there's a song called EXO that's on his like B-sides. But I can't recall that, right? Can I play Hotel California? You bet I can, but as soon as I do, the video gets taken off of YouTube. But right now I'm just doing a circle of fifths, so you can't say anything about it. Waltz number 2? Yeah, Waltz number 2 is a great one. They're all great. Name one that's not great, you know? Sean, is there one song you've always wanted to play on guitar but given up as it's just impossible? Prove us wrong. Man. All right, in the vein of Elliott Smith, playing Independence Day the right way, because you have to be in a strange tuning, which I'm too stupid to just keep one guitar in that tuning and practice it enough. There's something about retuning, detuning, creatively tuning my guitars that seems harder than it actually is. So I never actually learned to play Independence Day the whole way through, just because of sheer laziness. Not that I can't do it. It's not an easy song to play for sure, but I don't know. Maybe that's it. I know. I did. What was it? I had a goal to do one Elliott Smith song over pandemic, and I taught it, and that went really well, even though it was like in a different tuning. So maybe I should do that. You can't even play Happy Birthday. Yeah, that's YouTube's fault. Mm-hmm. The greatest thing I learned from Sean is how much and where my music skills and knowledge is lacking. At least now I know where to concentrate on my training. Oh, cool. Yeah. Honestly, like, that's a great lesson to realize what you don't know. Because how can you really like teach yourself if you don't know what you don't know, right? So I think that's why it's like helpful just to kind of have conversations, even just like this, if I'm just BSing about minor 7 chords, descending. Just because even if that stuff is over your head, I remember for me, listening to people talk about stuff that was over my head was like the best way to understand, like, oh, maybe I needed to do more of this kind of thing. So yeah. Thank you. How to improvise solos, please. Yes. How you can improvise your solo and be faster. You know what? Maybe I'll do that with a looper. I've got some looper pedal videos coming up soon, so maybe I'll try to like focus on that, because that's something I definitely want to be able to do. Have you ever gone into a music store and played Stairway just to see the manager cringe? No, I would never do that, only because it's too basic. You know what I mean? It's like, at that point, it's just like you're trying to get attention. Again, if that's something that you want to do and you're having a good time, great, you know, more power to you. I'm not trying to take joy away from anybody. But for me, having undue attention on myself is not really my move. I like to blend. I blend, and then if the situation needs me to be the center of attention, I will rise to the challenge, but I definitely do not seek it out, which is kind of funny for, you know, like a YouTuber, but that's my vibe. Mm-hmm. Your opinion question: if you're playing as a singer-songwriter, how many cover songs did you play in a set compared to your own music? This is something I'm intimately familiar with. I think a lot of it is just reading the room. I would say play as many as you can get away with, right? A lot of times our gigs are like 2.5 hours, 3 hours, and the majority of it is covers. We could probably do at least 40 minutes of originals, and then if I do my stuff, I could definitely probably do an hour and a half, 2 hours, just all the writer stuff. But you don't want to risk losing people. I think people are very receptive to originals when you kind of sneak them in, assuming you're at a place where they're kind of expecting covers. I mean, we're at a thing where when we play shows, we can play whatever we want because, like, what are you going to fire me? You're going to fire me for my low-paying gig that I'm really just here to get video for my YouTube channel? Like, please go ahead. We'll play all originals and stuff. But if you're trying to, like, actually make money and, like, get tips and stuff, you should probably, 4-to-1 ratio, 5-to-1 ratio, I would say is pretty good, How do you price yourself when getting started in gigging? This is kind of an interesting question because there's a lot of brushback in local communities for people that price themselves under what the normal artists make. And I'm kind of conflicted about this because, like, performing is the best way to get better. And it's like, if you want to perform for free for a gig that another artist is getting paid for, like, is that a bad thing? Like, I see both sides of it. It's like, well, how are you supposed to get practice if you don't, make yourself more available and affordable than the next guy? But at the same time, maybe like that whole community of musicians has worked hard to kind of make the threshold a certain price so everybody kind of wins. So I'm super conflicted on that kind of thing. I would say canvas people, ask them what they make. And again, if you shouldn't hold that stuff secret. Like, I'm a big fan of, like, letting everybody know what I make, just because, like, that's how you help people like you know their self-worth. You know what I mean? Like, my YouTube channel and AdSense made $3,000 last month, which would great. So if that's good, if that's bad, that's up to you. That's like what I made just making YouTube videos. But it's the same thing. Like at Classico, the last show we did, we got paid $180 for 2.5, 3 hours, which is like, it's less than some gigs pay, and it's more than some gigs pay. And I just feel like hiding what you make from your contemporaries only benefits the people in power. You know what I mean? So canvas the musicians, ask what they charge, and then try to charge something similar to that. And if you can't get any gigs, then maybe try busking or something like that, So I guess that's my hot take, right? You're a virtual busker, or would you say most of your income is from gigs? No, definitely not most of my income is from gigs. It's mostly from, like, YouTube and Patreon and some sponsored videos every now and then, yeah, you're 65, but play for your own enjoyment. You know what I mean? That's the hard thing because, you want to go play a show, but if you just want to do it to have fun, you don't need to get paid. Like, someone's going to be mad at you for, like, taking their job. I don't know. I feel like there's definitely enough for everybody to go around. So just do whatever you feel is good. What are my favorite acoustic strings? Got to ride on. See ya. I like the Elixir 12 Nano Webs, but I'm going to try out some new ones. I'm going to try out some String Joys. And I'm going to try out some of the Bog Street ones that were given to me at NAMM. So I'm going to try that out, and I'll keep you guys posted. But I do have to run because I'm going to my mom's. Going to go see my mom for dinner tonight. So shout out to my mom. Be there soon. She's the best. I'm sure you guys would all love her if you ever got the chance to meet her. She's an angel. But thanks for hanging out. I think I'm going to have a video on a looper pedal tomorrow, which is going to be really cool. Definitely my favorite looper pedal that I've used so far. No spoilers. Can't tell you what the spoilers are. But anyways, thanks for hanging out with everybody. Thank you again to all those who donated. And please, any lesson requests, like, let me know, or just video requests, let me know in the comments because I read all of them, and I would love to see what you guys think. And we'll talk to y'all soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.